everyone, let's talk about Once Upon a Time Season 6 Episode 10, I Wish You Were Here. First, some quick thoughts. I thought it was hilarious how Aladdin went, ew, when the evil queen came on to him. Poor Aladdin. Emma as a princess was so great, but so weird at the same time. And I feel like Regina was like our voice as the audience, because when Emma brings her the key to the kingdom, and then Regina is like,
really? Come on, Emma.
And even though Regina made a deal with Rumple in technically what is a dream world, I always feel very uneasy whenever a deal is made with Rumple, no matter what kind of form he is. And on top of that, since she actually wasted the deal she made, it looks like she might have to make another deal with Rumple, which is just, it's all bad. All bad. Aladdin gave Henry some sort of pin to give to Emma. Is it a pin? I'm not sure. I feel like it might come in handy later on. I mean, why did they make such a big deal about it if it wasn't gonna be important? I'm just saying. Jasmine and Aladdin left to find Agrabah. I have a feeling they're not going to be really happy with what they find, and I'm guessing that's when Jafar will come back into the show, but we'll have to wait a while to find out. And now let's move on to all of the revelations this episode brought, because oh my god, Once Upon a Time completely surprised me once again. As I mentioned before, I can never figure out any of the twists, and I definitely didn't figure out those twists this time around, but that's what makes it so much fun to watch. First, I want to talk about the sword. So not only is the sword part of Emma's vision, and it's the sword that apparently kills her, it's also a sword that is able to hurt the evil queen and not Regina, which is crazy because I always thought that Regina and the evil queen would eventually merge back together, because I would rather Regina be able to overcome the evil queen while she's still part of her. I feel like killing her is kind of an easy way out of it. I mean, it could still happen. They could still merge back, but at least for now, it looks like they also have a way to just kill her and let Regina be Regina. Robin Hood is back. So I made a video about Robin Hood coming back to Once Upon a Time on Happy Cool. First of all, I did not guess that he would be part of a dream world that was created after a genie's wish was granted. I mean, who could have predicted that? Like, that's just crazy. But I did think that one of his purpose was going to be to help Regina accept the evil part of her, leading to her merging back with her other half. I mean, it could technically still happen, but I'm liking this twist that he's not really there, but he's still Robin Hood. And also, I think he's going to be guest starring for a few episodes, so it sounds like Emma and Regina will be stuck in that dream world for a few episodes too, because Regina totally didn't jump through the portal. I'm personally excited to see Robin Hood in the dream world facing who he thinks is probably the evil queen, but the evil queen is like, no, but I love you, we're meant to be. There are going to be some interesting scenes to watch. On the other hand, I'm kind of sad that the real Robin Hood is not back in some way, because I still worry about his soul, because we think he's okay or that his soul did survive, but we don't know for sure. And I thought that maybe his return we would know, but no, it doesn't look like we're gonna know. I guess we'll just have to have faith that he's okay. Moving on to the hooded figure. Well, I did not see that coming. Gideon is the hooded figure. So the theory of Emma fighting herself is just not gonna happen, which I still think is a pretty cool theory, but Gideon is a good twist too. I'm not gonna complain. Poor Belle, like, she has Rumple putting cuffs on her. She has to give up her son, and he gets taken by the Black Fairy, who is none other than her mother-in-law, technically, who corrupted her son. It's just so twisted and evil and just poor Belle. I mean, we sort of knew that Black Fairy would come back at some point, because why would you introduce her character if you're not going to bring her back, right? Unfortunately, she had years and years to kind of poison Gideon's mind against his parents, against the world, or do whatever it is that she does, because we don't really know what she does except that she's dark and evil and it cannot be good. And since Gideon is a hooded figure, it also means that he's gonna fight Emma, which also is not good, but nice twist. So I guess the biggest question now is, what does Gideon want? Or more importantly, what does the Black Fairy want with him? What did she turn him into? I don't know. Like I said, Once Upon a Time always surprises me, and I love it. Unfortunately, this was a winter finale, which means we won't get any new episodes until next year, which sucks. I would love to hear some of your theories about Gideon now and the Black Fairy. What do you think their plan is? Why do you think he's fighting Emma? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and I almost forgot. I wanted to mention how much I loved that what snapped Emma back, or what reminded Emma that she was the savior, wasn't the fact that the evil queen was gonna kill her parents. It was Henry about to kill Regina. And there are two sides of that for me. First of all, of course, she didn't want Henry to become a killer, so that definitely snapped her out of it. But more importantly, I think that subconsciously, she knew who Regina was. And she wasn't about to let her get killed. So it's kind of a sweet moment in a way. Like, what snapped Emma out of her dream wasn't Regina going all evil queen and threatening to kill her parents. It was Regina being in danger. And then Emma is like, no, I will not let you die. Aww.